Often, to appreciate the present, you have to understand the past, which is why I'd like to start off with the evolution of data warehouse architectures. To address the data warehouse workloads of scanning millions and billions of rows of data, data warehouse appliances from Teradata, Oracle, and Netezza were developed 20 to 30 years ago as optimized configurations around CPU, memory, and I/O. Although on-premise appliances provided the scalability and performance needed, they were costly. First, you have to scale both processing and data in the same ratio, even if you only need processing. And second, you have to configure for peak workload, which may only be quarterly or once a week. Around 8 years ago, companies started moving their data warehouses to the cloud, with Redshift being one of the first. They took an appliance approach, which addressed cloud cost savings versus data centers, but were still tied to scaling both compute and storage together. Teradata and Oracle followed suit, but their data warehouse appliance offerings forklifted into the cloud, resulting in the same inflexibility and cost limitations. Recent entrants into the market, including Snowflake, offered a new generation of cloud data warehouses that separate compute and storage so that you can scale up the compute resources when you need them and scale them back down when you don't. This not only eliminated the need to scale compute and data at the same ratio, but you no longer had to configure and purchase for your peak. You only pay for what you use. But the cloud-only vendors lack an on-prem deployment option, so you need to commit 100% to the cloud on day one. Migrating to the cloud is often a multi-year journey, and these companies force you to maintain your existing on-prem appliances, resulting in duplicated costs for DBA support, data modeling, and performance tuning due to two different database technologies. Actian Avalanche Hybrid Cloud Data Warehouse gives you the best of both worlds. You gain the reliability and performance normally associated with a highly tuned appliance that optimizes use of the underlying hardware, along with the elasticity that comes from spreading compute and storage, which enables you to pay only for what you use. You can also choose what you run in the cloud and what remains on-prem. Because Avalanche relies on the same patented vectorized database engine, both in the cloud and on-prem, you gain access to a single data model, consistent ETL integration with BI and apps, and a single set of skills required, all of which make Actian Avalanche the best data warehouse solution for your future needs. This truly architected hybrid cloud data warehouse solution differentiates us in the market. But our bigger competitive differentiation is around superior performance. For example, Avalanche provides up to 9 times the performance over Snowflake as measured by the TPC-H industry standard benchmark, and even more against many of the appliance vendors. As you increase workload complexity and number of concurrent users, Actian Avalanche outperforms by even wider margins. These advantages derive from the underlying Avalanche architecture and utilization of compute and storage resources. For the same cost as our competitors, you can benefit from substantially better performance or choose the same performance for substantially lower cost. The choice is yours, with Avalanche enabling you to achieve the lowest cost of ownership for the level of performance or budget your business demands. And with Avalanche, you get hands-off, best-in-class analytics performance out of the box without DBA tuning and optimization techniques. Load and go at the cube speed on fresh data. How do we do it? Let's count the ways. Actian Avalanche uses vectorized processing to operate on hundreds of tuples of data in a single CPU cycle. Traditional architectures typically consume a CPU cycle for every operation, which impacts overall throughput. 2. Taking full advantage of multi-core CPUs. Avalanche can perform vector processing across all available cores, which maximizes concurrency, parallelism, and system resource utilization. 3. Processing data using the CPU's on-chip cache for optimal performance. Our competitors tend to load data into memory or storage disks, which is far slower. 4. Using advanced compression, typically with a 5:1 compression ratio. Tuning algorithms optimize the cache just before and after operations to further enhance performance. 5. Optimizing I/O. Avalanche moves only compressed columnar sets of data and only as needed, from disk to DRAM and up to the chip cache. This limits I/O, generally resulting in zero penalty for real-time updates. 6. Using patented technology to assign indexes automatically as we apply positional changes and load to and from disk. So what does this mean for your analyst? Your business? Faster iterations on data models, quicker root cause analysis, real-time decision-making at the speed of business. For more on Avalanche's innovative performance and cost savings advantages, visit our website.